Guys, I'm back on this one, this old 19 SEER Trane. I'll try to leave a link to when I was diagnosing it, but it would not pull in this contactor at all, and this one was chattering, and we had a loose connection in here. So we're replacing this board, and because of the age and the fact it was chattering, we're replacing these. And a fellow named Shannon was telling me I need a 10 right here, so we might be changing that too. Stay tuned. First up is going to be this board, so let's get to it. And look at there, load just pulled in. That's the first time that's pulled in since I've been looking at this. I'll leave this disconnected as we start going after these. I think I could wire one of these from scratch, but I'm not going to put that theory to the test right now. No need to. Guys, on this one I thought I would voice over a little bit because it's fast forwarding. I did record most of all of this job. I decided to do these contactors just one wire at a time. I had to unhook the low voltage from the top to get it to pull out, like you see it pulled out on top, and then slide the other contactor in underneath it. Like I said earlier, I do think I could wire one of these from scratch. Both contactors pulled out, but it's just too much of a risk of getting something wrong, and the consequences of that could be a burn-up compressor. So I decided to do all of these just one wire at a time. That way it helps eliminate mistakes. And something else I think I should point out on these contactors, and I may have said something earlier, but I bought 40 amp contactors thinking, you know, hey, that's a higher quality contactor. But because I did that, they came with lugs, and I had to cut off the screw ends on my power terminals to put them into the lugs. So actually a 30 amp contactor probably would have been easier to do. You see me cutting them right there. And then, like on the contactor on the bottom, it actually has 2 power wires going in the bottom, and I couldn't see the bottom. So that was a little bit awkward. I had to unscrew it, cut off the ends, and then shove 2 wires in the bottom, because the power for the top contactor comes off the bottom of the bottom contactor. So there's actually 2 power wires going in the bottom. So it made for a little bit of engineering to get it done, but I got it done. And here in just a second, I'm fixing to move on to the high side contactor. All right, everything's in place on that one. I have to hook these back up, but now we can tighten down on these things. The way those are made, you don't have to use a Phillips. Alright, now we're starting on the top one. Let's see how it goes. Once again, I may voice over on this a little bit. I am doing these contactors as before, 1 wire at a time. It just simplifies the whole process. And this speed of work right here is what my customers think I do. I could probably do this if I took like 4 or 5 no-dos, but I wouldn't sleep for 3 days. And when I'm done with this, I do change this capacitor to what it should be. I will say, I'm not sure which one is going to be more difficult to work on, this 19 SEER Trane or the Gree sitting next to it. They both can be a little bit problematic in their own ways, I'm sure. Alright, all of that's done. This is my top. In fact, I might move that. Says right here top. I guess I hadn't always noticed that. Right here. Put a 10 in here. Now we just need to check our wiring. I had to put splitters on the top of these, and because I got 40 amp contactors, this was harder to do. If I had had 30 amp, I wouldn't have had to cut off these little round ends. Having the lugs is nice, but it would have been easier with 30 amp contactors. Load just pulled in. That's a good sign. That doesn't have any. I'm looking for where this goes. It has no spot on this board. See black with it. Nope, I'm not seeing it. Alright, let's put power to it. Compressor's running, our fans running steady, which are two things I wouldn't do before. We're running at 4.2 amps, so we know low stage is wired correctly. Let's wait on high stage to come on. All right, the low side just clicked out. Let's see if our high side is about to turn on. I'm not sure I'll have a call. Low may have been all it needed. Nope, there's no call. Satisfied on low. Alright, I got these filters to do and I gotta go to another call. I was able to run it on high after I put in those filters. And that one turned out real good. Nice and quiet. Now he has a low. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It does help out. I'll catch you on the next one.